Hi, I'm Talia Ring, and I teach a proprietary style of yoga that I invented with my husband called Turbo Dog Yoga for people who are 35 and older and like to be active, want to stay active, want to feel good in their body and stay injury free. And so I want to talk today about how, right, every time we get on the mat, we feel different, right? Every day we are different. Some days we feel really, really strong. And some days we feel more tired and run down. And so, what do you do on those days? Do you not get on your mat at all just because you're feeling a little more tired that day? So, here's what I do and what I suggest. Right? The first tool that I always go to is my breath. Right? Especially on those days when I'm feeling a little more run down, that conscious breathing to full capacity is key. So let's just stop for a moment and do that together, right? What is a typical unconscious breath, right? When you're doing all day long. And you can feel just how little movement there is in the belly and the ribs. Now switch over into conscious ujjayi and see what is your breath capacity now. Breathing into the ribs and feeling how much they're moving. Okay. And now going for full. So that place where you typically stop inhaling, you're going to keep going now past that stopping point, feeling for how much rib movement you get and just what does it feel like to breathe to total full. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Keep going. Call on those intercostals, spread them and keep going. And then exhale. So that is like my number one tool when I'm feeling tired, and how I use that to give myself breath support throughout my practice. Okay, I'm literally calling in life forces through the breath every time I breathe to full like that. And the second thing that I do is, right, like days when you're feeling super strong and you want to totally go for it, that 110%, you get to have tons of breakthroughs, right, on those kinds of days. And days that you're feeling kind of run down, then, deciding what is the percentage that is okay, right? So maybe that day it's 80% in your poses, right? So you're not going for the super achiever type A personality that maybe you normally would, and you don't get to beat yourself up for not going for that 110%. Because what you get to actually celebrate with your 80% that day is that you got on the mat at all. Because maybe you didn't really feel like it because you were feeling kind of tired. Or maybe you wanted to quit halfway through your practice because you were like, I'm too tired today. And you didn't. And maybe you learned that sometimes it's okay to do 80%, which I think for some of us is a huge, huge learning. And when you work at 80% on those days, that's also how you stay injury free. Because if you push yourself to 110 on a day when you're tired, that can often be a great recipe for injury. So I hope that was helpful. And if you want to learn more about what I do or you want to practice with me regularly, just leave a comment and I'll get in touch with you. And then you can decide if you want to join my online membership group in order to get weekly classes. Okay, see you next time.